So we're going to be drawing some bottles on a table and make them look transparent. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to make some templates for your bottle. And I just used regular old copy paper or printer paper, and you're going to fold them in half so that they're nice and symmetrical. And you're just going to draw half the bottle and then cut them out. And you want to start with some tall bottles, some short bottles, some wide bottles, some skinny bottles. And I have about 8 bottles here, and you want all different size, shapes bottles, but you want them in half so that your paper, so your bottles are nice and symmetrical. Then you're going to trace them all on your paper, and you want to be careful to make sure that some are in front and some are in back. You want to be thoughtful about which ones are going to look like they're in front and which ones are going to look like they're in back. And then you're going to start coloring them. You're going to color them in lightly because the colors are going to overlap, and then you're going to outline them with the same color that you color them in with. And you can see I've outlined them a little bit darker here on the edges. And you're going to keep going that, and you're going to notice the next one when I color it in blue, it overlaps that green, but I still outline it. And you're going to keep doing that until they're all colored in. Okay. And then I want you to notice when I start shading. So I start shading on this one, and down here, the pointer starts up. When you start shading it, look at the bottom. I draw a little bit of a circle around the bottom to make it look like it's got that rounded bottom. And then I shade over here, and I make a little line over here to shade, and I'm shading over here. And then I put just that little nib in there to shade to make it look like there's the top of the bottle. You'll see more on the next ones. So down here, I have that bottle, and there it goes again. I have that bottom that's rounded. Over here, I have the bottom that's rounded. Up here, I've drawn in here the rim of the bottle, and I've shaded that a little bit darker. I've shaded this in to make it look like it's a heart-shaped bottle, giving it a little bit of definition here. Over here, I've shaded it a little bit more over here. Really showed that rim over here, and then shaded that part in. Over here, really defined that rim over here and shaded that all in. Shaded it in over here. Shaded that in over here. I really probably should have made a rim on this one. It looks kind of empty without that rim. Not real happy how I left that. But if you look down here, you could see the circles down there, and then that keeps popping up every time I go down there. But you can see the circles down there. Then you're going to want to draw a line for the table right kind of through them, because the bottle should not be floating in the air. So you want to draw a line through the bottles. And then you want to give the table some color. So you don't want to make the bottles look like they're falling off the table. I used a combo of like brown and purples to do my table. It should show through the lighter areas of the bottles. Using a darker color, brown, black, or gray, I give the bottles just a little bit more definition. So you can see up here, I go in there and I give the bottles just a little bit more definition using kind of a darker color, and it really makes everything pop a little bit. And it emphasizes the turns and the curves of each bottle. Also add some shadows casting onto the bottles. And then I added a background color. I wanted to keep it neutral, so a light blue or a gray color really helps do that. And then the last touch is, just like we did on the bubbles, if you have some white paint, to add the highlights, and that really makes it pop. To adding those highlights really makes it look like a real piece of glass. So if you have that white paint and you can add it, by all means, go ahead and do that. And so this is going to take us a long time. This is going to take us the entire week. It is not a one and done. You should practice a little bit on a piece of scrap paper first, um, but this is not a one and done kind of project. So we can work together. We're going to practice a little bit, figure out how to draw transparency. But this is a really kind of cool project. Again, we're working with transparency and light. So far, you've done the marbles, you've done the bottles, I mean, the bubbles, you've done the gems. I'm really excited about this project.